Hey there, how there, ho there, Chef Cutter Diamond, welcoming you to yet another Cutter Top 10 video, and today I'm sporting the shirt of one RJ Barrett and the Raptors alternate uni. That's right, I always wanted a Raptors jersey because I have a Patriots jersey, a Blue Jays jersey, a Leafs jersey, and all that with the names on the back actually. So yeah, RJ Barrett. Turn around, Brett Ice. Yeah, but RJ Barrett. So I'm rocking the RJ Barrett jersey for this presentation. It is not a Raptors list. I wish it was, but it's actually the top 10 most emotional NBA moments of all time. Things that will make you hit the feels and all that. There were some very emotional moments. Now, of course, coming back from COVID was one of them, but anyway. Number 10 is Derrick Rose and his comeback game in 2018. Derrick Rose was a pretty good player from the University of Memphis that the Bulls drafted second overall, and he was hoping to give the Bulls some light. And in 2012, the Bulls were the number one team in the East. But unfortunately, game one, a gruesome injury to Derrick Rose derailed his career. He would try to start up again in New York and also in Minnesota, but injuries and setbacks would ruin him. But a 50-point game for the Timberwolves in 2018 proved he was back, and he had some good moments, and at least he retired with good fortune. Number 9 is the farewell game of Dirk Nowitzki in 2019. A lot of teams would have like the farewell games, like Magic Johnson's farewell game, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's farewell game, and all that. But Dirks was huge because he was a Dallas icon. Actually, he was drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks, traded to Dallas for the one of one Robert Tractor Trailer. That's the thing. But the fact is that Dirk made Dallas manageable and back on the NBA map after being fallen so much in the 1990s. Anyway, Dirk Nowitzki's farewell in Dallas was huge. The Dallas farewell, the Dallas faithful gave him a big send up. After all, he did help Dallas win the 2011 championship from LeBron and company. And he spent 20 years as a Dallas Maverick. So, like, that's huge. Number 8 is Ray Allen's shot in the 2013 NBA Finals. This was emotion of a different type. The Miami Heat were looking to go back to back against the San Antonio Spurs. Unfortunately for them, they were down by 3. LeBron took a three-pointer and missed. Many fans would leave the building with like 20 seconds left, but then the ball was passed all around, and Ray Allen put the three ball on the board and tied the game. We went to overtime. He beat the Spurs in overtime in Game 6 and then won Game 7. Basically, it was huge. If it wasn't for Ray Allen's three-pointer, then San Antonio would have a dynasty. Simple as that. Number 7 is the flu game for Michael Jordan 1997 in the NBA Finals. Of course, everyone said that, this was kind of a good moment. I put it low on this list because despite a flu game, I mean, yeah, he had the flu and all that. But it didn't seem like Michael Jordan was struggling and all that. He had good perseverance and exhaustion. I understand that. But, I mean, it didn't feel right. He was sick and all that. Anyhow, Michael Jordan's flu game was huge. He did put up 38 points, helping the Bulls beat the Jazz to force a Game 6. Well, to be sick Game 6 back in Chicago. And that was when Steve Kerr got the final shot and made it instead of MJ. But yeah, the flu game was huge. Number 6 is Paul George's leg injury from 2014. It was just a simple scrimmage to get ready for the 2014 World Championship, I think, or something like that. It wasn't the Olympics because the Olympics, I know, are like 2012, 2016. But anyway, yeah. Paul George's leg injury was huge. They had a scrimmage, blue versus white, and Paul George went for a dunk, and then for some strange reason, when he landed terribly and suffered a gruesome leg injury. And PG-13 was one of the best shooters around for Indiana and all that, bringing the Pacers back to respectability, but that scrimmage was just terrible. Fortunately, though, he would come back from it a few years later, but he wasn't the same player, but he did spend 5 or 6 years after that injury back in the league. So, that was just gruesome. Number 5 is Isaiah Thomas, not the Isaiah Thomas who was the Pistons' bad boy and soon to be Raptors. This is Isaiah Isaiah Thomas from the University of Washington, playing after his sister's death in 2017. So he was a young upcoming star for Boston and all that. And Husky Thomas, as I should call him. No, not because he was big, but because he played for the Washington Huskies. Was drained because his sister China's Chyna, like the wrestler, actually ended up crashing and dying in a car crash. Thomas didn't play game 1, but then he decided to play game 2 of the first round series and put up 53 points against, I can't remember who he faced, but yeah, against all the odds. And the Celtics did it. He had remarkable strength and emotion. Unfortunately, though, after he was traded away, he wasn't the same person. Number 4 is Kobe's final game in 2016. This was a massive bit of confusion, but NBA fans had to have 2 games to worry about. On the final day of the 2016 season, the Golden State Warriors were trying to win number 73 and bypass the 1996 Bulls for the most wins in a regular season in NBA history. It's either that or Kobe Bryant's final game. So it was a scrupulous question. The worst part was both games were in the Pacific time zone, so almost at the same time. And how are you going to move the Golden State or LA game? They could have moved the Golden State game to 8 o'clock and then put Kobe at 10:30. Golden State did their job winning their 73rd game. Unfortunately for the Warriors, they would be victimized by the next entry in this list. Nevertheless, Kobe put up 60 points against the Utah Jazz. He took the ball himself, and the Jazz were up double digits. And then Kobe took the ball, scored it with some great vintage performances with Jack Nicholson, Ashton Kutcher, and a lot of other celebrities at courtside, obviously. But yeah, Kobe did his job. 60 points, and the fans were impressive and all that. Kobe would say Mamba out. Well, the Lakers did not make the playoffs, but anyway, he was happy and all that. And yes, his number 8 and 24 get raised to the Raptors, which is a rarity for a player to have 2 different numbers with one team and both retired. Well, of course, as I said, the Golden State Warriors thing, but now number 3 is LeBron bringing the championship to Cleveland in 2016. Cleveland always had disappointments. Craig Elo was bit twice on game-winning shots by MJ in the playoffs, and they would try their best, but they couldn't do it. But LeBron was a Cleveland icon, and then in 2010 made the decision to move to Miami. But then, unexpectedly, he decided to go back to Cleveland to sign for them and bring them a ring. Well, LeBron missed the first time in 2015, but in 2016, he gave them a moment of savor. Of course, they took care of the Raptors in the Eastern Conference Finals, which pissed me off to no avail. Of course, Golden State was waiting, hoping to cap off the greatest NBA season ever. And it worked out. Golden State was up 3-1, but then stupid Draymond Green got ejected in Game 5, and because of his technical fouls, he was suspended for Game 5. And then Game 6, Cleveland won on home, and then Game 7 in one of the biggest Game 7s in NBA history. Cleveland and Golden State went man to man. And then a seemingly missed shot by Cleveland. It was down the court, 2-on-1. Curry and Iguodala decided to go for a layup, but LeBron somehow hustled back and managed to block the ball. Now, in the NBA, if the ball is in the cylinder, then that's goaltending. But it was out of the cylinder, so LeBron could block it legally. Later, it was the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving, and Cleveland won a title. Not just an NBA title, but a title for the city. For 52 years, Cleveland had not won a championship. The baseball team got slayed in 95 and 97. 97 was worse than 95. Fight me. Hockey, well, hockey in Cleveland. Well, Columbus has hockey. And the Cleveland football team just couldn't get anything going. They had a massive curse. So Cleveland won the title, which was nice. And it made the 96 Bulls the best team in NBA history because, Golden State didn't win the big one. Number 2 is Magic Johnson's announcement of HIV in 1991. Magic was riding high. The Lakers were slowing down a bit because of so many players like Abdul-Jabbar, Cooper, and Worthy retiring. But the fact of the matter is that 1991, the Lakers went to the finals and lost to Michael Jordan. It was basically a symbolic passing of the torch. But then, on an innocuous date in November 1991, just moments before the season started, Magic made a press conference in Los Angeles and he announced to everyone that he had an HIV diagnosis. He did say he didn't have AIDS, so that was good. And he was going to live his life big. And his wife was negative for it. It was an emotional press conference, but Magic made it seem like everything was okay. He joked with reporters saying, I'll be back, I'll beat this thing and give you guys a hard time. Strange as it sounds, fans told Magic he could play in the 1992 All-Star game. And Magic had a performance for the ages. For the ages. Magic would actually make a comeback for the 95-96 Lakers. That was the season before Kobe Bryant was a Laker for the first time. So yeah, it was kind of weird. And a lot of people had perceptions that if Magic was hurt on court, what would happen, blah, blah, blah. And the number one most emotional moment of all time happened in 2020, but it was not COVID. It was the tragic death of Kobe Jellybean Bryant. Oh, Kobe B. Bryant. So it was a innocuous January in Philadelphia. Kobe was still alive, but in Kobe's old stomping grounds, Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, LeBron managed to beat Kobe in the scoring race, making him number 3. And of course, I was upset because Kobe Bryant's a legend, and this clown LeBron James beat him. I was infuriated. Little did I know, 24 hours later, I would be in shock as I was watching. I can't remember what I was watching that day. I think I was watching football. I think the conference finals happened. No, sorry, that was during the Pro Bowl. So I don't know. I don't remember what I was watching. I think I was watching another NBA game, and then there was a massive. Oh no! Wait a minute. It was Facebook saying Kobe had died, and I'm like, are you serious? So instantaneously, I go to ABC, and then I find the ticker saying Kobe Bryant had died in a tragic helicopter crash. It wasn't just him. What makes it more tragic in the sports lexicon was that Kobe was with a few other people, a few other coaches, because he was going to take a helicopter to his and his daughter to a basketball game. Gianna. Worst of all, the pilot made a bad error in the fog and crashed into a hilltop or something. He crashed into something. But yeah, Kobe had died with his daughter, and it was just so tragic. I mean, to lose Kobe Bryant like that was a gut punch. And this is before COVID happened. So 2020 was not that great before COVID ruined everything in mid-March. I mean, also my dad died in late February, so that was just a harbinger of things to come. But yeah, everyone was shocked. All the NBA games, everyone took both an 8-second violation for inbounding and a half-court violation and a 24-second shot clock violation in honor of 8 and 24 and all that. The Raptors Spurs were first. We were the first game to do that. Now, it couldn't have been basketball because there was no games before Raptors Spurs. But the fact of the matter, it was just heart-wrenching and all that. A legend like Kobe Bryant dead 4 years after he retired. Only 4. You don't see that, and you shouldn't see that, in essence. It was just downright ugly. I mean, just doesn't make sense. And of course, COVID ruined things. So anyway, I'm just glad no tragic death happened with the Toronto Raptors in town. But, I mean, what can you do? Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond.